Please stop and listen to me. A lot of people don't know wholesale. A lot of seasoned investors, 20, 30 years in the business, don't understand wholesale. If there's a deal, people are gonna buy it. No matter what the market does, there's always cash buyers, always. I knew that if a lot of money was gonna be floating, that money is gonna go somewhere. They could not get past a key concept in real estate. Yesterday's price is not today's price. They couldn't get past that shit. It was like a mental block. The theme of this video is if you can't get an off-market deal, you're looking in the wrong place. Yes, sir.
Looking immaculate as always.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, brother. You look clean as hell. I love it. I love it. So we talk about off-market deals. You know what I'm saying? We talk about off-market deals, right?
Yeah.
We're always talking about off-market deals. I get all that. But on another video, we were talking about how only 8% of deals are really off-market.
That was shocking.
You know what I mean?
That shocked me, yeah.
So I feel like we need to dive into that a little bit more.
You said 92% of transactional real estate is
on-market deals.
On market.
Oh, yeah. MLS got the lock, dude. Yeah.
That's something else right there. Let's talk about it because, I've done a handful of on-market deals, but you've been...
I started my business on market.
Yeah, you started your business of buying.
Bro, I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't even know about off-market.
Wow.
Yeah, like that was new to me. I was exposed to that business by interacting and doing business with wholesalers. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know about that.
Right.
Like, obviously, I knew people bought and sold properties, you know what I'm saying, on and off market. I know there was like arm's length transactions where people bought and sold properties, but I wasn't under the impression that, that was an actual business.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So
the first handful of deals that I did were on market deals.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first ever deal altogether?
That I bought?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a house in Gloucester City for like
New Jersey.
Yeah, bro, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'll be honest, that was like my first deal.
Yeah.
So I get a call from my father, and before that, for like 2 years, I'm making offers on deals. I'm not getting anything. I didn't know shit, bro.
How long were you shooting offers for?
2 years.
Oh, you were shooting offers for 2 years?
Yeah.
Nothing landed?
Bro.
2 years, like month by month by month?
Listen to me. A realtor can make or break you in this business.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, honestly. Okay. We had a family. He's not a family friend anymore, but, for obvious reasons. But he was a family friend that was a realtor. And he was representing me on the buy side. Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm gonna take it even a step further, bro. This guy.
And real quick, what time? Like what year?
2008, 2009, 2010.
Wow.
So I was doing a lot of research before that.
Like right after the crash.
Right after, but I knew everybody knew that it was gonna crash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a thing that people were talking about, and the numbers never made any sense. Right. The cost of housing was so high. It's very similar to what's happening now.
Oh, how like leveraged the banks were and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they were giving out loans to these people that they had no business giving loans to. Right. That's really what crashed the business.
Strippers getting loans and shit.
Yeah, like no doc loans. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's a stripper. She got 16 houses in Florida. Shout out to the hustle, but you gotta at some point pay for these properties. So a lot of those transactions were occurring. It revolutionized the banking industry after that. Like it collapsed it. So 2008, right? Markets collapsed.
Paradigm shift.
Bro, you gotta look at that people were scared for their lives.
Yeah.
Like there was no credit. So the only real and I had no knowledge of hard money lenders, DSCR. Like that wasn't really a thing.
Right.
That's not a thing that I knew about. It probably was a thing, but it's not a thing that I had the information. Keyword information. I didn't have the course like this. I didn't have the information like this. to where I can educate myself.
Right.
So I'm making offers on these properties with this realtor. He's negotiating on my behalf. He's a shit negotiator. Shout out to him. Just the truth. Yo, we were even supposed to do a deal together, bro. And he agreed to do the deal with me. And then last minute, he pulled out, did it on his own.
Your agent?
My agent, yeah.
For what? What was his reasoning?
His reasoning was he wanted it for himself. That's his reasoning.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
What was his reasoning? That was his reasoning.
He's doing you super dirty.
So that was very clear. But I kept it cordial. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I was in my 20s.
You ever lost your temper like crazy on a real estate deal? You're like, damn, I really lost my temper type shit.
I mean, yeah, but what would I? What would?
No, I'm saying, have that happen before?
I mean, sometimes you get upset,
yeah,
of course. But I wasn't gonna. You know, he told me, "Yo, I really want to do the deal by myself." I was like, "All right, cool." But I at least
just kept it pushing.
Yeah. He told me who he was.
Right.
By him doing that, I knew who I was dealing with. So I knew that he was shopping for him, not for me. You see what I'm saying? And if he didn't see value in a deal, then. But when you're dealing with some agents, shout out to the agents. Some agents are great. But when you're dealing with an investor, you got to ask them, are you an investor agent? Some of these guys, they're investors masquerading as agents.
Yeah.
So they're out here looking for deals for themselves, and they'll scoop the deal up if it's good, and if it's not, they'll sell it to you.
They'll leave you the scraps.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. So that's kind of what was happening here. So I end up getting a deal in Gloucester City, and it was a good deal.
First deal, huh?
Yeah, it was HUD. That was like the first deal I ever did. I bought this property. It's like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It was in bad shape.
Section 8 HUD?
Yeah.
Okay.
So HUD, when they foreclose on houses, they have their own website. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. So they used to put a lot more inventory on their website, but now market's tight.
And you could like just make bids on it?
You could bid on it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think more or less they still do it, but it's like it's a very dry area to look for real estate now. If you go on HUD.gov's website, they got all the states on there.
Like per county type of thing?
Yeah, so when they foreclose on the house, they take the house and then they auction it off.
Check that out in Ohio.
HUD.gov. So I find this house in Gloucester City. It's an on-market deal. There's nothing spectacular about it. It was listed for $50. Not knowing anything that I knew about real estate, I told the agent, I said, yo, I really want this house. It's on auction. Give them $5,031 more than what they're asking. Get it. Get the house. I get the house. I had a 3-car garage in the back. Really bad shape. At the time I was in Canada. I came back from Canada to close out the deal. I go for the first time to inspect the deal. The house smelled rancid. Like so bad. Horrible. All right? The guys that were there with me, I brought a couple of my friends with me because I didn't know the area. They're like, bro, I can't believe you bought this house. One of the guys that was with me that said that ended up being one of my agents later on. He wanted to get into real estate early, but he was like inexperienced with no money.
Right.
So I told him go get your license. Like I've been told him go get your license. He finally got his license. He went on and became an agent, and things didn't work out between me and him. You know, I wish him the best. You understand? So that was like the first deal that I ever did. It was an on-market deal.
Right.
The second deal that I did was also an on-market deal. I bought my personal residence on-market. So like a lot of deals are on-market. They're not actually off-market.
Right.
92% of all deals are on-market.
When you bought your own personal residence, did you like look at it from an investor standpoint?
Yeah, I looked at the return on investment is my family enjoying it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't really trying to make money on it.
Right.
But I didn't want to buy a bad deal.
So you still consider like ARV and things like that, how much you're going to put into it for long-term return? I'm
going to be honest with you. I didn't have the information that I have now. Back then, I had to rely on other people to give me the data.
You were brand new to real estate.
I was brand new into this, and I had no background in it. I didn't have no contractors that were friends or family. I just told you the agent that was a so-called family friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they don't. This is not the people that have your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
If they're snaking you out of a deal right off the rip, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they moving.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So your first investment, how did you fund it?
Cash.
Oh, you cashed out?
Yeah, it was cash.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have no funding.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like straight. How much was it?
55,000.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how much rental?
I think I put like 40.
You fronted the cash for that.
Yeah, and I was so new to investing. Bro, if I knew what I knew now, I would have never sold the property. Like I should have. What I should have.
You flipped it or what?
I flipped it because I didn't want to be a landlord.
Yeah.
I had the wrong mentality.
Why was that wrong? That's a really good pivot. Right
I had the wrong mentality because I got sold the idea that you don't want to deal with tenants. You understand?
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather take the cash, flip it,
keep it pushing,
and keep it pushing, and not deal with tenancy, and just that's it.
Why is dealing with tenancy in that particular deal worth it? Looking back on it,
because the house is probably worth like 300 right now.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And how much you sell it for?
147.
So you're all in like 90.
Yeah, I made money.
You made good money.
I made money on it
for sure.
I made money on it, but if I would have held it, I could have refied out of it, got all my money back, cashed out on the I could have bird it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I didn't. Again, I didn't have this.
Right.
Like I didn't have the data.
So you tell me knowledge is powerful.
Man, if I could go back to that time, bro, I would tell that kid, yo, listen, you're on the right track. You don't know how on the right track you are. And all these people that are surrounding you that don't know what the fuck they're doing are bullshit. Get away from them.
So you just had yourself, really, bro, and this real estate shit.
Bro,
really?
the house that we flipped, my dad and me put the tiles in.
Wow.
Like I really just had myself. My dad, I got pictures of my dad installing the tiles.
Wow.
Like I GC'd the whole job.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I didn't even know anything about construction.
So you were wearing all the hats. Oh wait, you didn't even know construction?
Bro, I didn't know shit about construction. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
So even your GC side of things is all self-taught.
Bro, we taught ourselves how to put backsplash in.
Damn.
You know, we taught ourselves how to hang cabinets. We taught ourselves how to lay down tiles in the kitchen.
You rehabbed the whole house yourself?
We did all the tile work in the house. Okay. All the bathroom tile work. All the tile work. My dad did the railings.
Wow.
We did the countertops. We did the cabinets. I didn't do everything. I didn't put the carpet in.
Right. So you had some like subcontractors.
I had somebody doing framing. I had somebody. We hired a team to do the sheetrock to come in and rock the house.
Did your contractor burn you in that first deal at all?
Nah.
Oh, that's good.
Nah, not on that one.
That's a blessing.
Yeah. I made out good on that one.
That's great.
The second deal was a house I bought in Ocean City.
Tell me about it.
That deal, that was an on-market deal.
Right.
So I found this house.
Did we preface this by saying what the title is?
There's an on-market deals.
Yeah.
That's the title.
We did say that, right?
Yeah.
It's how to buy and sell on market.
Yeah. So the second deal I bought was in Ocean City. I bought it as my primary residence, and I lived at the property. So because I bought it as my primary residence, I got an FHA.
Okay.
Because I lived in that property.
FHA loan, right?
Yeah, because I needed the house because of the business in Ocean City. So me, my wife, and my daughter actually lived in that house.
Right. FHA meaning first time home buyer.
So I only bought it for 3.5% down.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. FHA is federal housing.
Fucking talking out my ass.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll edit that out. Yeah. So I bought.
I said it like that shit didn't make sense.
You want to just say it again like you knew what you were talking about? Cut it here.
All right. Yeah.
You running out of steam?
Run it back.
Yeah. All right.
That's the first time home. Like, wait, that shit didn't make sense.
It's late. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. So.
FHA meaning.
What does FHA mean, Kareem?
Yeah. Federal Home Association loan.
No. Federal Housing Administration.
Fuck.
You know what? Don't even edit that.
Yo, just act like I never said that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep the FHA, bro.
It's all good. You back? All right, good. All right, so
that's how you know I don't do all market shit.
Yeah, you don't do shit with all market. Yeah, this is a whole different world.
I'm a Midwest guy, bro.
Yeah, this is a whole different world.
It is.
But it's a valuable world because the spreads are better if you know what you're doing. The retail prices are better, but it's more complicated.
Absolutely.
So I bought this house, FHA, in Ocean City. I bought this house for, I think, $120,000 in Ocean City. You know Ocean City, bro.
Yeah,
That's unheard of.
That's a good number for that, right?
It's a great number. It's a shit box house.
It's like 09, 2010.
Yeah, I still own it.
That's where you bought it though, back.
Yeah. I bought the house for like $120,000. Then Obama at the time gave me $6,500 first time homeowners credit.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I got the $6,500 homeowners credit for that first time homeowners credit, and I only put 3.5% down. So I really only bought the house for like 10 G's. Wow. Like 10, 12,000 or something like that. So
did that mistakenly happen for you, or you structured it like knowing you were going to get that credit?
no, I got that. I bought it with the 3.5.
Right.
I bought it as a FHA.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because it was your main residence. Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked out for me. I lived there for a year with my daughter, my wife, whatever it was, and then we moved out of the house. I ended up buying a bigger house when my daughter got a little older.
Right.
And then we moved to Egg Harbor, like right next door,
right.
in a bigger place. So that was the second deal I did. I renovated the place. I bird that one. I renovated it. I put a tenant in there. The same tenant that I put in there from back then is still there.
Oh, wow.
They still live there.
Damn. What was it, like 14 years?
Bro, it's crazy.
Damn.
For like years, I didn't even raise the rent.
Yeah.
Like I just left them alone because I don't want to deal with it. Because I didn't know a lot about dealing with that.
Turnovers.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. So I just didn't even raise the rent for like years. I'm talking like 6 or 7 years.
Did they ever hit you up about things breaking and all that?
They hit me up,
like
bro. But it was like simple shit. It wasn't anything crazy, and they were good family, and they didn't bother me. I didn't bother them.
They were smooth, yeah.
So I kept the house, and I just let the appreciation bank.
That's fire.
I wasn't really.
So you were cash flowing?
I was cash flowing like $100, $200.
But that appreciation aspect, Ocean City.
The appreciation is where I made money.
Prime real estate.
Yes.
And when did you refi?
Like a year or two ago.
Oh shoot!
Wait,
you held it that whole time? Didn't refi?
Still own it.
No, I'm saying.
Yes.
That was your first refi.
Yes.
Wow.
And when I refied, I took $100K out.
What did it appraise
over
for?
$100K out. $325.
And you were all in for one something?
Like 100, something like that.
So you just made $200,000 over that time.
Yeah.
Just by owning real estate.
By holding it.
That's the power of just owning
so
assets.
I should have did that in Gloucester City.
Yeah.
That's what I should have did. But instead, I didn't have the right thinking.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be a problem, so I just sold the place. The one in Ocean City, I did it with because it was a nicer quote unquote area in my mind. But if I knew what I knew now,
of just like how real estate performs.
Yeah, if I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I still drive by the house sometimes and look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
who owns it? You sold it to an investor?
I mean, I think we sold it to a family, and they sold it to somebody else. It's been changed hands a few times.
Excuse me.
So that's the second deal I did. Third deal I did was my own residence on market. So it was listed for like $375. I negotiated it in like 2012 for like $343. So I got a pretty, in my mind, I got a good deal because at the time, like prices were like flat, but shit was selling. All this bullshit about real estate not selling during a down market is bullshit.
Right.
Things always sell.
Yeah.
If there's a deal, people are gonna buy it. No matter what the market does, there's always cash buyers. Always.
Right.
And at that time, I wasn't even knowledgeable about off market, all these other deals that I could have done. So when I bought my property, that's how I bought it on market.
Off market really is a niche, huh?
It's 8% of market transactions. It's nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very gray market area because not a lot of people understand it.
That's so true.
You could be a seasoned investor, you still don't know it. There's investors right now that don't really bang with off market.
Right.
They buy all this stuff on market.
Me being kind of like 2 years into, I remember like buyers would hit me up, like older guys. Like what is this? Yeah, me being a couple years into the game, I remember like I had like older buyers call me, and in my presumption, like everybody knows what wholesaling is, and this old guy would call me up. It's like what is this assignment of contract thing? I said, bro, it's a wholesale deal. Like, what's a wholesale deal? You don't understand this? But that was me being so naive and new.
You're making a big assumption.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know wholesale. A lot of seasoned investors, 20, 30 years in the business, don't understand wholesale.
Wow.
A lot of lawyers don't understand wholesale.
Wow.
Real estate lawyers sometimes don't know what a double close is.
Right. Because even wholesaling, you can really customize it.
This is a very, very niche area of real estate.
Yeah.
Incredibly niche.
Do you believe that the riches are in the niches?
Of course.
For sure.
So where was I? I bought the house in Egg Harbor, personal residence. I bought the 2 houses. That's how I started. Then I stopped for like a decade. And I focused on just building, retail businesses, service-based business and retail business.
Why did you refocus on that?
Because I was using my own fucking capital
to
buy these houses, bro. And it was draining the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here renovating these houses with my cash. I'm a 26-year-old kid.
Damn.
I got no backing, nobody. I got no help, no friends, nothing.
Damn.
I had nothing. I had me. That's it. I had nothing.
You didn't come from money or nothing.
I didn't come from no rich uncles, no nothing. That's why when people make excuses, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
That's a fact, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's a goddamn fact.
So that's how I started. And then I built the retail businesses.
Mm-hmm.
My thinking was, I'm going to, build a retail company, and then I'm going to have some cash come in from my business.
So you spent a decade focusing on retail.
Yeah, focused on that. And if I make money doing these businesses, I'll invest.
Right.
That was the thinking. Turned out to be a lot harder than I thought to build a bunch of fucking businesses. But it taught me a lot of valuable lessons about life, about struggle, about how to focus on the right things, how to not focus on the wrong things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then COVID came around, and it's like a light switch went off. Like I went from like cold market investment to heavy real estate investment, like overnight. And I kind of knew that was going to be.
Is it because a lot of stores were shutting down? Like, were you forced to shut down your stores?
Yeah. During COVID, they made retail shut down, but if you were a necessity-based business, then they wouldn't shut you down. Like a service business, they didn't shut down. But
did you weren't qualified as that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
The printing company, because we sold uniforms, but not the retail.
Gotcha.
The retail stores we couldn't operate.
Gotcha.
So
what was your thinking when that happened?
I thought it was horrible, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
But how did that refocus you to real estate?
I knew that if a lot of money was gonna be floating, that money is gonna go somewhere. So it was gonna go to vehicles, it was gonna go to cars, it was gonna go to expensive items.
Right.
So I figured
because the economy was inflated during that time. Yeah.
So I figured, what is the most expensive item that would inflate a house?
Yep.
And I always wanted to get back into it, but I wanted to get back into it during the right time. Honestly, I could have gotten back into it a few years earlier than that, and that would have been perfect timing. But I still nailed it on COVID.
Yeah. How did you nail it?
I nailed the timing. I knew that properties were undervalued based on the amount of money that they were pumping into the market.
Right.
And I was early because I could see that the investors that were seasoned, that were doing it for a long time, they could not get past a key concept in real estate. Yesterday's price is not today's price. They couldn't get past that shit. It was like a mental block. Like they could not understand how a house in Collingswood would ever be valued at 300. And bro, this was like 2020, you know what I'm saying? Like 2019, 2020. Yeah. Yeah. So I remember looking on market. Like I was looking on, I didn't even know about off market. So I'm looking on market trying to fucking grab something.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking, damn, this shit's gonna be worth money. Like I'm really putting my money where my mouth is. I'm looking, I'm sending this guy stuff every day. I'm like, yeah, I want to buy this, I want to buy it. And then at the time, the kid that I told to become a realtor ended up becoming a realtor. Okay. So he was my friend from back then. So I wanted to show him the love.
That's dope.
But it is dope of me.
Right.
Very dope of me. All right. But when somebody has some success in an area, their ego gets inflated and they think what? They think they know everything. And it turns out they didn't know everything. That's what it turned out. So I'd be telling this guy, like put in the offers. He's like, oh, we're going to offend this person, offend that person. I can't be doing all that. I can't be convincing you to do your job, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I tell him to go to the property. He looks at the property, and then he calls me. He's like, bro, I would never buy this. I'm like, yo, bro, just put in the offer. So the property, I think, was listed for like 190. That's 204. That's the one he was talking about. I said, yo, put in an offer for $140. He's like, no, I'm going to offend the agent. I'm like, bro, the property's been sitting there for like 200 days. It's just sitting there collecting. Nobody put in an offer.
So there was a bunch of investors on the sidelines because of COVID popped off.
There was a bunch of investors on the sidelines, of course.
Right.
But they were looking at a property that was mispriced. I looked at the same property mispriced, and I put in an offer. So I just put in a lower offer, and I made the reasoning for my lower offer the condition of the house. I wrote the lady a big email after inspecting saying, look, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. and this is the reason why you're not going to sell at this price. I basically like went direct to seller, but with an agent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because my agent was not doing his job, and her agent was not doing her job.
That's the sauce right there, bro.
Bro, that's a big sauce.
That's the sauce.
Big sauce, right? That's the sizzle and the steak. All right. So I sent the email. We sent an email to her. She goes, "I'll take 170." I'm like, "Listen, we're really, really close. I'll come up 10 if you'll do the deal." She comes down to like 161. We got the deal done. Okay. We end up buying the property. I renovate the property. We burr it out. Okay. We put a tenant in there. I go to rent the spot. This is after I turned out to be right about this property. Okay. Shout out to the Sheik for believing. Shout out to Mo for believing in himself. Straight up. Shout out to me for believing in me. Respect me back then for believing in me. I love you, bro.
Big
Respect.
Facts.
I said, look, bro, I think this property is going to get like 2,400. The agent goes to me, yo, bro, there's no way you're going to get more than 2,000 maybe. I said, bro, I really think I could get like 2,500
For the rent.
for the rent. And he's like, nah, that's crazy. You're never going to see that kind of money, blah, blah, blah. It was like low-key hate.
Why they be
If I'm being honest.
They be talking shit, bro.
Now that I look back at it, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, it don't even make sense.
Wow,
It's all good. It's all good. So I was like, and keep in mind that I'm not even going to go into it. Forget it. I'm not even going to go into it. But he was like, no, you're never going to get that. I'm like, yo, bro, I think I'm going to get that. We end up listing it at 2,500 and getting 2,600. So again, he was wrong. Empirically fucking wrong. Like, there's evidence that you're wrong.
The data supports.
The data supports that you're wrong about the information. We end up being right.
Yep.
Okay? That's okay. Any other person would be like, yo, you know what? My bad, bro. I saw it differently. You saw it differently. All good. That's another deal. I had another problem there. What was the problem there? The agent on my side was obstructing my process. So I had to remove that situation.
Yeah, a lot of people work against you, bro.
Oh, you have no idea.
I don't.
You have no idea, brother. You have no idea. You have no idea how much I fought. No idea. No idea. Anyways, I get past that point. We get a tenant in there. We burr out of the property. We end up how much did we burr out of that for?
So actually, the appraisal came back under. Fair market value was 300,000. The appraisal came back at 280,000.
Oh, so what did we end up taking out?
We took out basically the full amount of the rehab is what we took out. I want to say we took 60 grand out.
So I put
Maybe 65. Actually, maybe more. Maybe 80.
yeah.
I gotta check.
So we ended up getting all the cash that we put into the deal out of the deal. So we owned the deal for free. That was basically it. But we have a cash flowing deal. Every month, that property was paying out $1,000 a month in income.
Yeah.
It was 2,600. I think the loan was like 1,600, something like that. So we were cash flowing roughly about $1,000 a month with everything. Cash flow positive.
Fire.
That's one deal.
Fire.
That's an on-market deal. So I saw that happen. I said, yo, we're going in. I make another offer on a property in Collingswood, on the other side of Collingswood. Property was listed for like 169. I put an offer for like 140. I got outbid last minute. The guy backs out. I go look at the property with the same agent. The agent's like, yo, bro, she's not going to let us in. I'm like, just try. Just try. He's like, what do you want me to do? She's not going to let us in. I said, knock on the door. I'll go with you. I go with him. I knock on the door. The lady comes to the door. Bro, I was doing off-market deals on market.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
She comes to the door and she's like, hi, how are you? Old lady. Nice old lady. She's like, oh, I don't really like people coming through my house. You know, I don't really like, I said, listen, I want to buy, I know you want to sell. I want to buy your house, but I can't do it unless I inspect. Can you just do me a favor? Can you just let me walk the property? I'll be out of here in 5 minutes. And as soon as I'm done, I will never come back in here again.
Negotiating.
I'll get you the offer and we're done. And she was just so calm about it. She felt comfortable. She didn't feel judged because the place was in bad shape.
Right.
She was just in a bad place.
So you offered a comfort there. Yeah.
I made her feel comfortable.
Right.
And because I made her feel comfortable, she let me into the property.
Right.
I looked at the property, the place was in bad shape. I made the offer at like 140, I ended up getting the property. I ended up renovating the property, flipping the property, selling it at 375. The same agent told me, yo, you could never get over 300 for this. Never. It's a twin. I got what? 375. You understand? That's another example of when an agent is so used to where the market was that they can't even get out of their own way.
Yeah, they don't have the foresight.
Bro, and they're winning off the deal.
Yeah. That's the part, yeah.
That's the worst part.
Like, bro, help me out. I'll get you commission paid. Yo, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speak on, like, the competition of trying to buy on market.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Because, like, it's being displayed and marketed to many other buyers.
It's horrible, dog. There's like 60,000 people bidding on the same property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even the worst part of it. The worst part of it is you have agents in between you and the seller. So everything's getting lost in translation.
Right. Whisper down the lane type of thing.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like you tell an agent, make an offer. How do you know they made the offer? They don't normally send you a DocuSign. Bro, I be calling agents sometimes to send the offer. They're like, oh, I'm not going to send the offer. I'm like, you're legally bound to send the offer.
Yeah.
And they still won't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can call their brokerage and create a problem.
It's a whole situation. So there's a huge buffer between the buyer and the seller.
It's such a when you're buying and selling off market, when you're buying and selling on market, you really, really have to be, your follow through has to be really great. I mean, your follow through has to be really great off market too. But on market, so many deals fall apart because of the agents. I'm not saying that all agents are bad. I think some agents are great.
There's some rock stars out there for sure.
There's big, heavy hitting rock stars.
Yeah.
But
So it's like a numbers game.
Yeah,
Just
but
keep putting those offers out.
Yeah, you got to be like relentless.
For sure.
And you got to find an agent that's like an investor's agent that's not going to sit there and cry, oh, the price is too low. You know, I don't want to offend the seller. I don't want to offend. They're not worried about offending the seller. They're worried about offending the agent on the other side. Why? Because that agent they're going to have to do business with later.
Bogus.
Do you understand what I'm saying or no? That's really what this is about. This has nothing to do with your deal. They don't really care that your deal is your deal. They care about not offending the seller's agent, because the seller's agent has to go bring that offer to their seller. And their seller's going to get upset and say, why'd you bring me this low offer?
It's a lot of hands in the pot.
It's too many hands in the pot.
Yeah,
but I was successful at it.
For sure.
Okay.
What did you do that was so different? Like, I can see the examples, but...
You don't know this?
Yeah. Talk about
You
it.
know this. Do I have to tell you?
Tell the audience.
I'm relentless.
Boom.
Like, I'm very persistent. When I want what I want, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got that grit.
Yeah, I got that hustle,
that's
baby.
what it takes,
like,
bro.
I really got it.
Gotta have that motherfucking dog in you, bro.
Yeah, I got that. I got the dog squared. I got the dog for the dog in case the dog gets lost.
That's it.
In case the dog gets lost, no leash. I got another one. Another dog.
It sounds like a Migos song right now.
I got maybe a couple dogs.
Got the
not
dog with no leash, bro.
Yes. And because I got those dogs, I'm gonna be after it.
Yeah.
So that was another deal I did. And now I ended up buying. This is what that agent came in good for. That's why God is the greatest. Please stop and listen to me. God is the greatest. Whatever you do, put God first. God is the greatest. God gives you what you need without you even knowing it. Bro, he brought me somebody into my life that was an obstructionist. Ended up not being the person that I needed them to be. Only to bring another person that they introduced me to show me this business. So it wasn't even like their intent was not my success.
What's the story behind that?
So that same agent one day tells me about a deal in Collingswood. And I'm like, what is this deal? He's like, yeah, I have a wholesaler. I said, what's that? So he brings me this wholesaler. He calls a wholesaler. I'm like, he brings me a deal. He basically says he's got a property off market for sale. I'm like, what's the property? He's like, oh, this is the address. I said, let's drive by it. We drive by. I said, call him right now. As soon as I saw the property, I said, call him right now. He calls the guy. The guy's like, oh, I'll meet you in Collingswood. He's a wholesaler.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck that was. I have no idea what he's talking about. Like, we meet at a coffee shop. I sit across the guy like this for like an hour, hour and a half. We talk. The guy asked me every question in the world. You know, how many children you got? How long you been doing this? Blah, blah, blah. He really, and I appreciate this guy a lot. I'll be honest with you. We should be doing more business with this guy just because of that, to be honest. I don't really, I don't owe him anything but I feel like I should do more business with the guy. Just why not? So I sat there with the guy, and then he explained to me how he got this deal. And then he told me, look, I have the equity interest in the contract. My mind blown. I said, what? I thought he was trying to play with me, bro. I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We're not from this area. I'm not from the suburbs.
Yeah.
Like we're from a different neighborhood.
Right.
So I thought he was trying to play with me. So I was like, what do you mean you don't own a house? What do you mean? He's like, nah, I don't own a house. I'm like, what do you mean you don't own a house? He's like, I don't own a house. I said, so how are you going to sell me something you don't own? He's like, I own the equity interest in the contract, and I'm going to sell you that. I said, how are you going to do that? He's like, I own this house at this price. I'm going to sell it to you at this price, and I'm going to make this much money.
Damn.
Do you agree? I said, yes, I agree. He said, okay, you're going to sign the contract. In 2 weeks, you're going to cash. You're going to come with the cash to the title, and we're going to close. I said, but I'm not giving you any money. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not handing you any money. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm not even trying to, like, I don't know you and you don't own the house. I'm not handing you any money, straight up. And he was like, okay, yeah, we're going to do it at the title agents. I said, oh, yeah, that's the only place I'm going to hand money to, the title. So we end up doing the deal, closing out the deal. I call him right after that. I said, where are you right now? He said, I'm here. I said, let me buy you lunch. Let me buy you dinner, whatever you want. He said, okay. We meet. I said, can you do me a favor? You explain to me how the hell you did this? I need to understand this. Bro, he blew my mind. He was my mentor. Would I be my mentor?
So you were on the buyer side of a wholesale deal.
Bro, all I knew was he sold me a house that he didn't own and made money.
Right.
And I need to understand how he did it.
Right.
I was just inquisitive. So we end up meeting up. I asked him, I said, how the fuck you did this? How did you do this? He was like, well, I sold you the assignment. I said, what does that mean? He's like, well, I had a contract with an assignment clause, blah, blah, blah. And I sold you the equity interest in the contract. And you bought the house and you have a deed, you have a title, you have clean, blah, blah, blah. It's insured. You're good to go. I'm like, I understand, but how did you do this? He's like, I sold you. In hindsight, the way that he structured the deal and the things that he said to me, he should not have said on the front side, because it made me nervous at first.
Yeah.
But I understand that he was trying to be transparent. He was trying to be transparent to sell the deal.
Right.
So
I got it done.
Oh, we got it done.
Yep.
But bro, after we got it done, this is the best part. This was my first off-market deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After years of buying on market.
After years of buying on market's amazing. You can get deals on market. You just gotta work hard.
Right.
Okay. So I get the deal. I renovate the house. I put a tenant in there. The house is worth $300,000.
Wow.
I just sold it a few months ago for $300,000.
Wow.
I ended up buying the house for like $140 something.
Damn.
I put like $40 into reno, and I sold it. I made like $100K on it. I made over $100K, I think. I don't know. It was like something like that. Yeah.
That's fire.
It's a great deal. So
fire.
that was a point I was making. That God puts people in your life, and they're not the intended effect that they're supposed to have.
Right.
You want them to have that effect, but He shows you that they're not the effect that you need them to have. But I'm gonna give you this door anyways.
That's so true.
So he brought me a door. He was supposed to come into my life for that other person to come in and show me wholesale.
Right.
And then once that happened, his time expired.
And
that was it.
Because that opened a whole nother door for you.
His time
and look at you now.
God brings people in and out of your life for a purpose. I never get upset.
God is the greatest of planners.
Is there any doubt?
No doubt.
Come on, man. There's no question.
No doubt.
So that was off market.
Mm-hmm.
Same like 1 to 2 year period. I went on a rampage. I was knocking them down. I started buying. I started playing Monopoly with this joint.
Yeah.
I started buying the properties across the street, around the block. I started buying in that pocket, bro.
Yeah.
2 blocks down, 3 blocks down, on market and off market, wherever I could get it. Mostly on market for that period. And then I started talking to my business partner about getting into wholesale. You know, he didn't know anything about wholesale. Like, he didn't know anything about real estate, let alone wholesale.
Right.
He would say he fell into it. I would say I dragged him into it. if he was asking, that's what he would say. He would say I fell into it. I would say I dragged you kicking and screaming into it, and that's usually more true than not.
That's funny.
So I basically dragged him into it, and I started getting him to like normal, understand how the business works. Oh, the same wholesaler that brought me my first deal. Yo, bro, God's the greatest. God's the greatest. I told him, yo, listen, I want to know everything you know about wholesale. He was so giving, bro. In hindsight, he was a good dude, man. He was a good dude in that respect. I invited him to the warehouse, and I had him step by step explain wholesale to me verbally. And I recorded it, and I had Phil document it. And then we re-engineered step by step how to get into wholesale.
Yeah, you also had me come down too.
I have the video.
Yeah.
I still have it.
This is like almost probably over a year before you came.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was right before I met you.
Damn.
Yeah, I got into wholesale like a year before I met you, bro.
Damn.
It wasn't like when I met you, I was just getting in.
And that was even a year before we got into wholesale.
Yeah.
That was very like.
That was early.
I have the date.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be at least a year before we
So
started.
God is good. God gave me the foresight. I don't always have the mechanics, but I know what the car should drive like.
Yeah, you can figure that part out.
I know what the car should be like. And when I see that a car can get me faster than another car, I'm getting in that car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I saw that was a great vehicle, and as soon as I saw it was a great vehicle, I started developing systems and processes around that. But off market, to that point, was all of my deals.
Mm-hmm.
After that, yeah, I started doing everything off market.
Wow.
But off market is how I started.
On market.
On market, excuse me. On market is how I started. Off market was basically how I pivoted off market when I realized the on market scene was so tight, bro. Like, you talk about, bro, there's properties that I won the bid. There was 10 other bidders.
Yeah.
I had one property, I made a $31,000 over asking bid.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was mislisted.
Right.
And I ended up getting it.
Yes.
And at that time, people look at it and be like, yo, you crazy.
Yeah.
But I ended up being right.
That's crazy. Cause like, South Jersey is such a cutthroat market too, bro. Like the whole idea of like overbidding is crazy.
Yo.
It's an interesting idea.
Yo, so we parlayed from on market to off market. Okay. Then I'm like tight on market deals, and I still didn't know how to build this off market business.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for deals, trying to keep my people busy. I'm trying to get deals done. And I end up going to an investor meetup that a wholesaler, I was trying to go to this wholesaler meetup. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Because I needed deals. And I wanted them to give me a deal. So they were like, come. And I was like, all right, great.
Yeah.
I'll come, fine. I didn't know shit. So I show up to the meeting, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, this is a waste of time. Except for one thing. God put another person in my life to introduce me to another person. Okay? So I'm sitting at this meetup, and I meet a guy, an African brother from Ghana. Okay? And I really vibe with the guy. At the time, I really vibe with him. And he was like, yo, listen, why don't you come to another meetup? And I was like, all right, well, this one was a waste of time. What's the other one going to be like? Because I'm over here trying to get deals. Bro, you know me. I'm trying to get deals done.
Still trying to get a bunch of off.
I need to get deals done, right? So I go to the other meetup, and like they're explaining like basic investing at this meetup. I'm like, oh God, this is another waste of time. Because I'm looking to get deals done. Like I'm going for a purpose. I'm trying to close deals.
Right.
And I went through the motion. I knew it was important to my friend. He invited me to that event, and I went. And then they put me in a room, and I met you there. That's how I met you.
Crazy.
Now, yeah, it's very crazy. And then you exposed me to out-of-state investing because back in 2009, 2010, I wanted to do out-of-state investing in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I told you this before.
Yeah.
Like I would look at HUD's website in Buffalo, and I'd be like, damn, I really want to buy something.
I saw the potential, yeah.
But I didn't have, I knew the car, but I didn't have the mechanics.
Right.
So because I didn't have the mechanics, I didn't want to take the risk. So when I met you, you put the car together and the mechanics, but you didn't have gas in the tank.
Yeah.
So all I did was I was like, all right, great. He got 2 out of 3. All I got to do is put gas in the tank.
That's literally what happened.
So I put gas in the tank. So after I put gas in the tank, we took off.
Yep.
So once we took off, I started getting also, at the same time I was building New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So we started building New Jersey and building Ohio. We started doing deals. We put our team together. I put things step by step by step.
Right. Which is ironic enough, like our first deal was an on-market, first creative finance, and first JV deal we did together.
Bro,
that was like a first of all.
That was amazing, by the way. Shout out to us for
we
that.
still get paid every month from
Shout
that
out
same
to us
deal.
for that. We bought an on-market deal without
Zero money, $0 down, 0% interest.
0% interest, zero down to the seller. We still paid for commission for the agent.
Yep.
And we paid for closing.
Right.
So it ended up being like four grand, something like $5,000, something like that.
Probably no, honestly less. Yeah.
Okay.
Hell of a deal.
Whatever it was amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So
for a duplex, yeah.
That was an on-market deal.
On-market first creative deal.
So I think the theme of this video is if you can't get an off-market deal, you're looking in the wrong place. Look on market. Why not?
I want to get your perspective right now, right? Like we're a few weeks before the presidential election.
Oh God!
I feel like
if you're gonna ask me what you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna say thank God you asked me. Go ahead, ask me what you want to ask me.
Are there investors sitting on the sidelines, so therefore there's good deals on the market? I don't know if you were expecting that question.
Are there investors sitting on the sidelines? Yes. Are people concerned? Yes. Is it gonna be a bloodbath in the real estate market? Maybe.
So I feel like there's a lot of great deals on the market just sitting.
I right now on
right
market
now.
you can get a deal.
Yep.
Right now because people are scared.
Yep.
Right now you can probably get a deal if you're looking.
So hop your ass on Zillow and check it out.
Now, when does the on market become even better? On market becomes even better. It becomes a better buyer location for wholesale. When what? When you have a down market.
Mm.
When you have a stale market and a down market, it's really easy to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not easy, but it's easier.
More discounted.
You get a better price, and you can work with the seller. The seller's more motivated because they don't have that. Bro, when you have a property on market and it's a hot market and 20 people are making offers and they're lining up outside, they're not really motivated to listen.
Yep.
When you have a market that's down and nobody's knocking out their door talking about, I want to buy this house, they'll listen.
More supply, less demand.
Yes. So I think we're maybe, depending on how the election results go, we're probably entering a new phase in the real estate market. Now, if the red guy gets in, then we're probably going to see some stability in the real estate market. If the blue gets in,
oh yeah,
it's going to be a rough year.
Payday.
It's going to be a rough year for if you're trying to sell retail.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. But if you're cash heavy, man, you looking to buy some buy and holds, I feel like it's a good time.
You have to remember too, real estate has a buffer time that a lot of other businesses don't have. Do you understand what I mean by that?
So a certain event happens, but it's a delayed effect, would you say?
It takes time because of how slow moving the real estate market is. You have to look at it like molasses. You know, liquidity in the real estate market moves like honey or molasses. In the stock market, there's such an efficiency in the market that it moves like water.
Like overnight type shit.
In micros of seconds.
Right.
People are buying and selling in such small time frames.
That's a good point.
Liquidity is so good. You understand?
Right.
In real estate, it takes time. Funding takes time. It's a slow, inefficient market.
Right.
That's why there's opportunity. There's actually, for me, there's people gonna leave a comment, which I'm fine with. They're gonna say, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Real estate's one thing. Stock market's another. I don't see how you compete in the stock market as an investor. You got people trading on percentages of pennies. There's algorithms that are pounding the fucking like the stock market.
Yeah.
How the fuck you can compete against BlackRock and their supercomputers and their AI? How? I don't understand it. Unless you're a long investor.
Unless you know what you're doing, just like any other.
Even
industry.
if you know what you're doing, short term is not easy.
Yeah. Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, people making money on the stock market. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But I give them credit. If you can do it, do it. I don't see them making the kind of money that you can make in other areas. Honestly, I don't see it. I see it if you're like Larry Fink. You know what I'm saying? I see it if you're like, like Michael Saylor.
Right.
Big guys trading on fucking billions of dollars, and they're trading on micro pennies. They're moving millions and billions of dollars a day, and they're capturing 0.25%, 0.5%. That's not what we're doing. As an investor, as an entry level retail investor, you're maybe trading. Like I bought and sold $70,000-$80,000 in stock before, in one transaction.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's not a big number. People doing millions, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Billions of dollars. That's real numbers. And they're trading on micros.
Right.
They have literal algorithms that are like tick, tick, tick,
Yeah.
Trade, buy, sell. If it goes up a half a penny, sell. Who are you? You're gonna come with your little fucking 50 grand talking about I'm gonna make this money. You're gonna get gobbled up. You're raw meat. That's what it is. That's what the way I see it. Do you see it any? I need to know if I see. You see something different?
Nah, I'm not well versed in that. I'm not sure.
If you know how to trade stock and you're not an analyst for BlackRock, you ain't making no money. I don't see it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know.
Tag your favorite trader.
Tag your favorite retail trader. Now somebody gonna point to that cat guy. Fuck's his name? The guy with the GameStop.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? That's it.
That cat.
They're gonna attack the cat guy talking about Roaring Kareem made.
He was an options trader.
Okay. They're gonna tag him, say, oh, he made $1 billion. How much money has he made?
$40 million.
Okay, he made $40 million. Options trading on GameStop?
Yeah.
Okay. How many Roaring Kitties are there?
Very rare.
How many hedge funds are there?
A lot.
More than you can count. They're all across the country. They're in Great Britain. They're all over the world.
Right.
So this Roaring Kitty ain't the standard.
No.
I think Michael Saylor's MicroStrategies. That's Michael Saylor, I think. He's the guy with the Bitcoin. His company is the highest performing company in the world right now by market cap. I think by increase. Off of, and his strategy has been Bitcoin. And he moves billions, bro. He's not like some small potato type of trader, bro.
Right.
But the point I'm making is the inefficiency in the market is where the opportunity is. The more efficient a market is, the less you can expose it, the less you can take advantage of it.
Right.
At a retail level. You know what I'm saying? At a wholesale level is a different conversation. I don't know those numbers. But at a retail level, we're operating as investors on a retail level. We're not a hedge fund in wholesale, in investing on this side.
Right.
You get my point? So you got to compare apples to apples. A retail investor versus a retail buyer and seller of stock. I don't know. How are you making any money? You're making $10,000, $20,000 a year? That shit don't count.
They gotta exploit the value.
How much time have you put into it? You better all working at McDonald's. I don't understand. You know what I mean? You take less risk. At least McDonald's will pay you.
Right.
Right? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, maybe I know. Maybe you know something I don't know. I'm happy to listen. You probably don't, but that's okay. We can
Absolutely.
We can move on that. Now, where were we? We went from retail to wholesale to what?
We talked about some out of state investing and things like that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
So like I said, God put somebody in my life to bring me. I call it the branch.
That's a good way to look at it.
It's like the branch off the branch.
It's like the tree of life.
Yes. So God brings somebody into your life. They may not end up with the intended consequence, but somebody else may end up with intended consequence.
Right.
It's very interesting. It happens to me all the time.
Karmic, because you have karmic retribution, man. You put that positive orgone out there.
Yes.
And you receive it back.
Yes.
It's real stuff, bro.
So that's how I started, bro. I started as a retail buyer. I didn't really start in wholesale. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand any of the funding. I didn't understand any of this shit.
Right.
And then I just taught myself all of it.
You carved a path for yourself, though.
I did something and I moved forward. I didn't allow my lack of information to stop me.
Right. That's why like pure action shakes out opportunities.
It shakes the tree, something falls out.
Yeah, get those acorns, bro.
Yeah, so I put the motion in.
That's it.
You know
it's
what
all
I'm
about
saying?
that emotion, bro.
And then I
Not
learned.
emotion, but motion.
I learned. I made mistakes.
Bro, but you meet people, you do a deal, you learn from that deal, you get
make
funding,
mistakes, brother. You make
but
mistakes.
You're in the game, though.
You're a human being. If you don't want to make mistakes, stay out the game.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you really want to win, get in the game. I think about this often, right? Like, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I know it's coming. And I think, like, yo, I'm wholesaling deals, like, houses in the Midwest. How do I make M's? I just know that I just have to keep showing up every day, make money, do better than who I was yesterday. The how and when, that's up to God, bro.
I got a simple answer for you. Want the
Just
answer?
keep working. Go ahead.
Just do more than what you're doing.
Right.
There's a lot of things that I cannot say that about. If you own a restaurant, okay, and if you own a restaurant, there's no guarantee you're gonna become a millionaire, Dylan.
Yeah.
And there's no real guarantee in this you're gonna become a millionaire. But I'll tell you what, the percentage is a lot better than other things. I know. I've exposed myself to a lot of that stuff.
Right. So increase volume, do bigger deals.
Just do more deals.
Yep.
All you need to do is do more deals.
That's it.
All you need to do is multiply how many deals that you're doing, and you'll hit your goal.
Right.
No question.
Yeah, we definitely multiplied since last month.
Yeah.
Consider the shit we have on the contract right now. Like, I think we got to a point, like, we sold so much. It's like, yo, we need more deals. And we fucking flash, we got like 12, 14 deals. I'm like, damn. So the pressure's on, man. It's great.
I mean, you're in the business. This is an inefficient market. There's always either going to be too many deals that you have or too little deals that you have. You got to work that.
They got to work that shit through.
Yeah, that's why your dispo process has to be what it needs to be.
Yep.
That's why your dispo situation has to be where it needs to be. That's it.
Yep.
And fortunately for us, we got options.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have options on how to sell property.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got to settle for numbers they don't want to settle for.
Right.
Because they just don't know better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Did you learn something from the retail side of things?
In my own experience?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
What did you learn from the retail side of things?
I mean, I had the conception being a new wholesaler. I'm like, all right, I can only do off-market deals, direct to seller. But we have a phenomenal deal, again, that we get paid every month from. On-market, creative finance.
Doing like, I will give you, like, if you ask me, give me a blueprint right now, I would say go on market, make 30 offers a week. Like, if you make 10 offers, pause, go back. If you make 10 offers a day every week, you will lock up deals.
Oh, for sure.
It's not
like
even
good
a question.
deals.
Yeah, lock up good deals.
Yeah. And lowball them. Why not? Let's just put it out there.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, let's be real. Like, just, put it low.
Dude, I'm not a fan of this, this people are made out of glass mentality where people are just, you're afraid to do things.
I'm offended.
Yeah, to offend people.
You hurt my feelings. Oh my gosh. Like, this shit's just business, bro.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, though. I speak to a grandma, bro. I want the best for her sometimes. Like, if I know I could give her a few more grand, I've done it before. You know what I mean? But business to business, this investor fucked up. Oh, yeah. I'm going to eat your lunch, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just business, bro.
On market, it's a gem.
It is.
It's a gem.
It's slept on.
I think it shouldn't be. We should be doing more on market.
Yep.
If the lesson here is do more on market, because we started doing that.
We've
had
phenomenal
business.
We've wholesale deals on market. That's another misconception. Oh, you can't wholesale on market deals. We've done it.
You can wholesale market.
Yeah, we made 5 figures plus. When we went to Toledo for the first time, we drove past the house. Like, oh, that's about to close. About to make $10K on that one on market wholesale deal.
So if somebody turns around and says, "Yo, but this deal is on market," it's very easy answer. Let's say you get an on market deal, you lock up an on market deal, right? Let's say you got an on market deal, you lock up an on market deal, and you sell it to an off market client, and the client turns around and says, "Yo, this deal is on market for this price." You could tell them, well, then you go get it for that price.
Yeah.
That's not where I got it.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you can structure a deal any way you want.
Yep. That's what it comes down to.
That's
Deal
what it comes down to.
structuring, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it taught me. Our first deal, like our own market deal. Like I'm not just a wholesaler that has to fit in this box. Like, nah, bro, we're gonna structure deals.
Bro, you can't be successful boxing yourself into this idea of what you should or should not do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel like think about that realtor that I told you about. They missed out on the biggest relationship.
Yeah.
Because what? They got in their own way, in their own bag about shit that they have no business being in their bag about.
Right. Self-limiting beliefs, bro.
They're self-limiting and also obstruction.
What would you give advice? Like, how do you break down your self-limiting beliefs? Because I feel like we're all prescribed with them. How do we break that down? Because once you break that down, you learn more about yourself, become more powerful.
I think growth is knowing that you're always going to be learning, and life is a moving target, and you don't have to approach your life from a closed-minded perspective. Like I don't know.
That's deep.
I don't know if you noticed, but like I always hear people out. I try to hear them out.
You do a good job at that.
Whether I know what they're talking about, like sometimes I'm not responding because I'm listening.
Yeah.
Like I want to know what they think.
Yeah.
Because they may have something I don't. I let them bring me the gem, bro. I don't like close myself off and say, no, you don't have nothing to teach me. You're younger than me, or blah 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 blah. What does that got to do with anything?
I know. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Your life just continues on.
Yeah.
You may have missed something there. That's such a good point. The more sometimes or people talk, they really tell you who they are. And they, like you said, there's always some sort of gem you could pick up.
Everybody has an investment strategy that you may or may not be aware of. By hearing them out, you may learn something.
Right.
If you're arrogant, I think arrogance is a problem. I think like people are fucking arrogant. I think it's really pride and arrogance. And I think that gets in their own way. And they start thinking they know everything. And then they end up fumbling their bag.
Yeah. You wind up being stuck at a certain level, for real.
Dude, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
How many people we deal with, you see, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just get out of your own fucking way, bro.
That's
Like,
so
what is actually wrong with you?
Yeah. It
Like,
doesn't have to be
something mentally wrong with you.
Yeah.
It is. It's arrogance. It's a mental disease.
When it comes to transacting real estate deals, just focus on keeping it simple, bro.
If you're subscribing to that mental disease, you're gonna limit your mindset. You're gonna close your mind off, and you're not gonna allow yourself to learn from everybody.
Therefore, you limit your income. Because what are we doing it for, anyways? We're doing it for money.
You limit your income. You limit your friendships. You limit your relationships. You limit. If you're so arrogant that you close your mind and your heart, you're only doing yourself a disservice. There's people that know that they're wrong,
right?
That they close their mind and heart because they just, for whatever reason, they think that they have all the answers.
You think people close their hearts because they've been hurt before, like fucked over before?
I think a lot of it is victim mentality. Yeah.
But that's all it is.
They may not personally, but I think a lot of it is victim mentality.
It's like a protection that they give themselves.
It's a type of victim mentality, and it creates like a shell.
Right, and that doesn't really serve them.
It does not serve them.
But it's not a place to judge other people. I'm just thinking from my own perspective. If I go through some shit, it's not right for me to just like, oh, fuck the world.
What does that have to do with everybody else?
Right.
Has nothing to do with everybody.
You can't bring your baggage on to other shit.
Nah. Has nothing to do with everybody else. If you go into a relationship with a girl and that girl does you dirty, does that mean every girl's gonna do you dirty?
Nope.
If a girl gets in a relationship with a guy, he does her dirty, that means every guy's gonna do it? Come on now.
Right.
That's not really the right mentality.
Right.
You know, it's hard not to think that way when that happens, but that's reality.
But yeah, like you be saying, bro, you just gotta underwrite who you're dealing with. Understand what the operating system is. That's the big one. That operating system is so important.
The operating system is fucking crucial.
Because they are their own person, but they subscribe. Like everyone subscribes to a certain operating system.
Understanding their OSX, their standard operating procedure is fucking important. It's like so important. It's like you should ask the questions. You should ask the questions with the intended effect of understanding their operating system, not trying to get them to answer the question that you want them to answer with the way that you want it to answer.
Right.
So, like, I'll give you an example.
Wait. Repeat that. That was a gem right there.
Stop trying to get people to give you the answer that you want and get them to give you that operating procedure. What is their standard? Amazon has an interesting hiring method.
So real quick, just to kind of sum it up, like just accept people for who they are. Honestly, let them speak on that.
I'm gonna give it to you. This one's amazing.
Right.
Amazon has a hiring method that's very, very interesting. They don't interview people because they know that people are professional interviewers. They're gonna say all the right things. What they'll do is they'll ask them to give them written answers to questions. Now you're thinking is like, why don't they just write down what their thoughts are? Exactly. They're gonna write down what their thoughts are, and what their thoughts are gonna reflect what their real thoughts are, not what they think you want to hear. Do you understand the difference?
So they change the medium to get
their thoughts,
their true self onto that paper.
Yes. Are
the questions specific, like, hey, what do you believe about this role, or is it just general life questions?
They ask them general value questions. They focus on their values and their examples of situations where you were in a previous work environment, you were doing this or that, and how did you do it?
That's very interesting.
They ask them for examples. So, like, for example, instead of asking somebody, how would you manage a warehouse? They would say, have you ever managed a warehouse? Yes or no? You would say yes. And they would ask, what examples of managing a warehouse have you had in the past? Name the examples where you've made changes. How did you make them? It's kind of hard to lie.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they're asking you personal problem-solving questions.
You can see if someone's going to be taking accountability versus blaming the world type of situation.
They're trying to figure out how you think.
Right.
Instead of trying to get you to think the way that you want them to think.
Yeah.
Do you understand the difference?
Because people can lie easy, for sure.
That difference is so important. Instead of convincing you to think like me, I just want to know how you think. And I'll make a decision whether or not I think we can work together.
Right. Because you're coming from the leverage position. You want to work for me.
Yes.
So I'm not here to prove anything to you.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Who are you?
Yes.
Who are you?
Yeah, they're getting people to reveal who they are and what experiences that they have without influencing them in an interview experience.
That's so true.
Because when you send there interviewing somebody, there's an emotional exchange.
Right.
So you may like the person.
Yep.
So you may want them to do well.
So you oversee all their flaws.
Exactly.
Same applies to first dates.
Exactly.
All that good stuff.
Exactly. You want to try to figure out who it is that you're dealing with.
Right.
Not necessarily whether they're answering it the way that you want.
That's very interesting.
And I think when you're emotionally mixed up with somebody, you're more concerned with them seeing the world from your lens. You want them to accept your view on life.
Damn, that's very wise.
Yeah,
I want to sit on that. So when you like that person, you want them
to answer the way you want
because you want to like them for real.
And they know that, so they just tell you what you want to hear.
God damn.
Yeah.
Is that why Ted Bundy was so good?
I mean, the psychopaths are usually great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a form of manipulation.
It is.
You know that's just what it is.
Phil's faces. Phil's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, like, you got a female and you're over here trying to make a relationship work. You asking all these questions, and she can see on your face which one's right or wrong.
Right.
So what do you think she's going to answer? The right one or the wrong one? She's going to tell you what you want to hear because that's her job. Right? And what's your job? You're going to be like, okay, great. You believe everything I do. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But really, what is she telling you? She's getting finessed.
God damn.
Yeah.
How do you
deal with that?
Yeah. How do you see through it? You just let them.
Examples.
Just pay attention to them.
Watch them in the wild. Let them show you the examples. They're going to show you who they are.
Cuando.
They're going to show you who they are through examples.
How do you watch someone in the wild?
You pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Instead of asking them, are they considerate? You know what I'm saying? See how they are considerate.
How they talk to the waiter, things like that, shit like that. How they talk to contract.
If you want to see if somebody is a compassionate person, see how they treat other people. See the examples.
When they have nothing to gain from that person.
When they don't see that you're expecting a response from them. especially people that have no kind of reaction to them. Like no, like a waiter is a good example.
Yeah.
How somebody treats a waiter is important.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody's arrogant or ignorant to a
How
waiter,
they
it's usually a reflection
treat
of
their
them.
mother, their grandmother,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
I've seen people talk bad, bro. Against. I mean, everyone has different family situations, but
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's like, God dang, you talk to your mom like that, bro.
Yeah, that's a problem. You know.
So crazy. Damn, that's a gem.
Yeah.
'Cause this is a people's business, bro. I don't know if you guys understand. Real estate is a people's business.
Well, this one is not just about real estate. It's about interpersonal skills. Yeah. Listen, man. The last few years have been transformational for me too. You know what I'm saying? I changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Wow.
Yeah. Like how I look at relationships, how I look at some relationships. You know, you don't want to waste a lot of time because that's really all you have.
Yeah.
And what you don't want to do is put people in a position where they feel like you're forcing them to be something that they don't want to be, because they'll not like you for that. You know what I'm saying? What you
Right.
really want to do is you want to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Like-minded people.
Yeah. All that other shit is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Convincing somebody to be who they don't want to be is literally a waste of time.
And energy, yeah. It's gonna take so much effort to try to mold somebody that doesn't want to be molded.
No, they fight against you.
Yeah. Versus someone like-minded, you flow in, you mesh. Just like us, bro. Like we
get along.
Get along, have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Make some money together.
Make money, bro.
It's real fucking easy. It's not that complicated.
Shared bank account, ain't shit, bro.
Yeah. Easy business.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's really not.
Don't make it complicated.
That's so interesting, man. Yeah, something I've learned.
How do you want to end off on this one?
I'm just kind of self-reflecting because growing up, I always like saw the best in people. Sometimes like
The best?
yeah, I would always look for the best in people, and I would just give my trust always first and foremost. Even if I saw the bad signs, like I could still trust them. I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong for trying to see the best in people. I want to make sure you understand that. I don't think you're wrong.
Right.
I don't think you should have a pure heart.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
But I do think that you should limit that pure heart when the signs present themselves. There's a difference between being a good person and a naive person.
That's true.
Those are not the same thing. So you can have a good heart and expect the best out of people, but you also, like you said, trust but confirm.
Right.
This is example.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example.
Right.
Trust but confirm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna show you who they are. You don't want to listen. That's your fault, not theirs.
Yeah. That's a mistake.
People want to tell you who they are.
Right.
They want to. You don't really have to push that hard, bro. Like they really just want to tell you who they are.
I think I had a hard time seeing flaws in people
because it's not convenient.
That's what it is.
It's you don't want to see it because it's inconvenient.
Yeah, it becomes problematic.
Yes, it's uncomfortable for you to address those problems.
That's it.
Yes.
God damn. This is therapy for me, bro.
Me too.
That's a fact.
Me too, by the way.
Yeah. But talk about like why is it so important to address those problems from your perspective?
Because they don't go away. You just sit with them and they
just festers and
fucking gets worse. And instead of letting it get worse, you have to
address it.
But you have to pay attention to address it.
That's a validation
when
part.
When you're young, bro, you don't have the benefit of experience.
Right.
Like even if you're an intelligent young person, you don't have the benefit of being an experienced intelligent person. And experience goes a long way.
It really does, yeah.
You know, you have a lot of dumb experienced people doing some things. You know what I'm saying? They're not really that smart, but they're experienced.
Yeah.
So because they're experienced, like when you have those two and they're working side by side, you're a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You have experience and intelligence. Holy shit. Watch out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think you as a person have to get to a place. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about people in general.
Yeah.
As a person, have to get to a place where they become experienced on their dealings with people. And when you have that experience, you read through the shit. You see somebody for who they are instead of what you want them to be. That's a big one, dog.
That sure is.
Yeah. And once you start seeing people for who they are, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it.
And if you make a decision, do I want to move forward with this person or
you can't
part ways?
Once you see clearly who you're dealing with, it's tough to unsee it.
Right.
When you're young, you don't know to trust your gut. Like you have a bad feeling, but you don't know why.
Right.
So you just bury it. And you're just like, all right, I don't want, this is inconvenient. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then that festers and becomes a problem. 10 years later, 20 years later, you're dealing with things that you don't want to deal with. So instead of letting it fester, take people for who they are. They're going to tell you. Pay attention to the signals. People are fucking fascinating. They always tell you who they are. You're wrong if you don't listen.
It's just the way they tell you is in different ways. Through action.
They show you through action.
Through action, that's the most.
They show you through action.
Because they can't help themselves but to be themselves. Oh, shoot.
That's why that list is, that's why Amazon does it that way.
Yeah.
They can't fucking help themselves. They gotta be them.
They can't help themselves to be themselves.
Yes. So because they're gonna be them, they're gonna tell you who they are, whether they like it or not. Yo, bro, people can put on a front for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. Eventually, they're gonna start like getting comfortable.
I see what you mean.
You're not gonna figure out who she is on a first date. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
You're not gonna know her, bro, on the second date, on the third date. But 5 months, 6 months, that's hard to keep up a front.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like 6 months, you're gonna see things and you'll be like, Now, an inexperienced person will be like, that's not. An experienced person will be like, let me record that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna go on a different list. There's a reason for that. And people have. It's funny, like life has taught me this. They always tell on themselves. They always tell on themselves. I swear to God, bro. Like they always find a way to tell on themselves. They're like professional tattletale on themselves. They always find a way to tell on themselves.
Damn.
It's the rule of law. I swear to God. They always find a way to make sure that you know that they fucked up. Yes. They always telling themselves. Dead ass. I've seen it happen so many times.
Yeah. Have you ever successfully changed somebody for the better?
You don't change people, they change themselves.
You just help guide those that want to change themselves.
Yeah, whoever want to do it, they do it. Whoever don't want to do it, they can go to hell. Fuck you want me to do about it? Oh, you think I'm supposed to be a nice guy about it? Fuck that. I don't have to be a nice guy. I have to be a real person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting here putting time and investing and pouring into you too stupid, fuck you.
Right.
Like, what do you want me to do about it?
No, it feels really rewarding to myself. Like, just like what you see is what you get. I try to be that way as much as possible. Like, there's nothing else behind who Kareem is than what you see. Like, I'm a man of very few words. I don't speak a whole lot. I'm just a chill guy and shit.
It's liberating. You know what's a very good indicator of who somebody is? When they get money, how do they act? That shit is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
That motherfucker could turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
He'd be like, damn, this is who you were?
Yeah.
When somebody gets some money, that is the best indicator of who they are.
Yeah.
Because all that fluffy shit falls off.
Right.
And then you start seeing who they really are.
Okay, let's dissect that. So when they get money, they expose their true self.
Yes.
Is it because sometimes they get greedy, like, fuck, I need more, like a drug, or?
Well, you see how
like, when is it negative, so to speak? And is there a certain dollar amount associated to that?
They say that money doesn't change people; it exposes people.
Right, I believe in that.
It enhances people's original personality types.
You could be a super dork.
Yeah, if you're a dork without money, you're probably a dork with money.
Yeah.
If you're corny without money, you're probably corny with money. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you exponentially corny.
Right.
You know? So if you're not a nice person at your core, when you have money, you have no reason to act like you're a nice person.
Yeah, you definitely don't have a reason.
You have no need.
Right.
Like there's no reason to pretend to be a nice person.
Right.
So because you don't pretend, people see you differently.
That's
Maybe
true.
you pretended before you had it, and then once you got it, you were like, yo, I am who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause yeah, like
That's what they see. They people think they change after they got money. No, they didn't change. They stopped acting. They didn't change.
it's a lot of actors
They
out
stopped
there.
acting.
Yeah.
You understand? They stopped pretending. They start playing. They stopped playing the role.
The buddy.
They stopped playing the. They start the acting role ended, and now you got the real person. Yeah.
Money
Life
do
is,
change.
people are fascinating, bro. Money is easy. Life is fascinating.
Yeah,
People are complicated.
for sure.
They complicate shit. You know, I seen a lot of relationships, friendships and shit, and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. You know, and I genuinely wanted the best for people. That realtor that I'm talking to you about, bro, I genuinely wanted good for that person. And then I saw what they're really about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Even the person that the first realtor that pushed me out of that deal, he taught me a valuable lesson. What you do to somebody when you think that there's no retribution, that's who you really are.
They don't believe in like a higher power. Is that why, or
I mean, I don't know if they believe in a higher power or not. I just think that you don't have a code of ethics.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? If we agree to do a deal together, we shake hands, and then you're like, yo, I want this for myself. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, I had a crazy situation like that. I was working with an agent in Ohio,
Yeah.
and I don't know. He had it in his mind like, "Yo, I got you into this market, so let's do a deal. I got buyers. Cool." And I put a dope ass property under contract. I was like, "Yo, like you're the first one to see it." I locked it up on a Friday. I had it to him by Friday night. I was transparent, like just so you know, like by Monday, I'm gonna market this.
Yeah.
So get your buyer lined up over the weekends, blah blah blah. You go out there, do the inspection, cool. And then he just sat on it. And then it came Monday. It was such a hot deal, it already sold.
Yeah.
So I called him. I was like, yo, I just want to let you know the property is sold. He was driving it for the inspection. He's like, damn, like I thought we were gonna partner up on this, and I'll bring the buyer. I was like, yeah, you were the first one to see it. I told you it's a hot deal, so bring a buyer for it. He's like, yeah, I just I didn't get around to sending it out. I'm like I have an obligation to the seller to get this sold, and I'm gonna make my money no matter.
We can't work on your time.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we can't work on your time.
He's like, yeah, just after this, bro, I just want to say like this should be the last time we're gonna talk. Yeah, because he was like, yo, like I feel like I should get some kickback out of this because he knew it was a good deal.
What did he have? What part did he have in the deal?
Nothing.
You don't.
Well, he introduced me into this part of Ohio. I'm like, all right, bro.
People get it fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had the keys to that city.
So he owned Ohio?
He owned that part. Yeah.
Alright, cool. I didn't get the memo.
I didn't check in with him.
You didn't check in?
I didn't check in, bro. So I don't.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
People got it fucked up, bro. They get it again.
I didn't even get the money yet. I didn't even fucking close yet.
It's an entitlement complex problem. And entitlement is a portion of entitlement is arrogance. I really believe it's like really core of a lot of problems in the world, bro.
And I hung out with this dude months before. Buddy, super nice guy.
Yeah.
And like behind those smiles, bro, it's all a fucking act. As soon as the money got involved, for the first time ever, the deal didn't even close yet, so the money didn't even fucking happen yet. And that deal wound up falling through too.
Yeah.
Then dark side.
You see who they really are.
Oh, I was like, damn, you fucking slithery snake, bro. God damn. Two-headed snake, dog.
Yo, it's a cold world.
Got ugly, bro.
Yo, it's a cold
I broke
world.
bread with this motherfucker, bro. I was in Miami eating food and shit, hanging out.
It's a cold world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cold world, bro. You really got to take the time and understand who you're dealing with. How many times you asked me in private, yo, you really be paying attention?
Yeah.
How many times have you said that to me?
I feel like all the time.
Yeah. I really be paying attention.
Like, go meet somebody. It's like, yo, like I see you just thinking like, okay, like be piecing that shit
I'll be
together.
putting the whole thing.
I was like, damn, it's really that important, huh? So yeah, when you're dealing with somebody, they can make or break a lot of situations. They can really fuck some shit up.
I really try to understand who it is I'm dealing with in front of me. When it is a deal involved, not a deal. If I feel like somebody is entering a situation, I try I try to really dissect who this person is and what is their motivation, what is their, what problems could occur. I really try to understand who I'm dealing with.
What makes them tick?
What makes them tick is a big one. Why they're moving in the way that they're moving. What is their, what's the MO?
Right.
You know what I mean? What's their motivation is a big one.
Right.
I really underwrite the person. That's the key. That's a real fucking key, bro.
Yeah.
That's personal relationships, marriages, girlfriends. I wish I would have known that a long time ago, dog.
Word.
I always had an inherent ability to size up a situation. What I did not do in my life is always act on it quickly. That's the mistake. I made excuses. That's the mistake.
So you had the gut feelings, but you kind of want to guys in.
No question. Absolutely.
Right.
In hindsight, I would look back. I'd be like, damn, I fucking knew it.
Right.
I fucking knew who this person was.
Right.
The whole time. Like, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? I could see it in their eyes. I could see a situation. And I could see there's going to be a problem. And I play it out differently. You know what I'm saying? People are complicated, bro.
They are.
You're always going to get the same brand out of me. I'm not. But people are complicated.
Yeah.
They complicate something that don't need to be complicated.
Yeah.
Everyone
has their own demons, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And some people are better at dealing with them than others.
Right.
You gotta be. You really gotta be like. There's people gonna be watching this. They're thinking, man, it's not that deep, bro. You be buying, selling dirt. Yes, I agree. That's what we do. We buy and sell dirt. But in between buying and selling that dirt, there are people that are involved. And the people that understand people do really well. And the people that don't understand people don't. So what are you really buying and selling? Dirt or perception?
Yeah, when you make money in this business, it came from somebody else's bank account.
Yeah.
That house didn't create money and put it in your account. It's people to people.
There's an exchange.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an interesting episode.
For sure.
I wasn't thinking it was going to go like this.
Yeah, same.
But it ended up being an interesting episode. It's interesting because it turned into on market, and then it went from on market to personalities and understanding personalities to where we're at.
I hope that was valuable, man.
Yeah, me too. Hey guys, if you got value,
I know it is.
if you got value out of this video, I need you to leave us a comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that the time and effort that we're putting into this, that the ROI on this project is valuable. And the way that we underwrite ROI on this channel is that we look at metrics. The metrics for this channel are likes, comments, subscriptions, and views. And if those things are moving in the right direction, then the investment of time and effort that we're putting into these videos is really, really worth it. It doesn't have to be a money ROI, but it does have to be some type of ROI. So it means a lot to us that you're taking the time to comment, to like, to subscribe, to share. All of these things matter. So if you're not doing business with us, or we're not making any money with you, that's fine. But that does matter to us. So please take a minute and do that.
Absolutely, man.
All right?
Let's do it. Salute.
Thank you guys for your time. Thank you.